Jump back here. This is not the match we're gonna see. This is the match we just had. Ah, I see. Loaded into the wrong slot. Here's the match we're gonna see. DraconicDon versus KirkQ. It's gonna be a very VOD fast. Yeah, both of them are veterans, both of them have been here for a while. KirkQ's card even says 16th edition, so has been in most MTs. First joined MT4, so might even be a continuous run. Alright, the game. I have to set up the game as well. Just a moment. The next one is a game I've played, and I think it's pretty neat. Bit of an older, let's say, archaic game, especially in its genre. We have Pac-Land. Oh, the videos start automatically. Maybe I should put that back again. Pac-Land is kind of a very old arcade platformer, which also means it doesn't play like you'd expect, like a Mario game or something. Alright, let's... Oh yeah, push run button lever control. There's no lever on a PC Engine. We're playing the PC Engine port. I think it's also on Famicom even, but that one is probably not as convenient to play. Alright, let's start here. Two. And then I hope there's audio as well. There we go. Oh, it's me. Right here. That's a Pac-Land, yeah. It's a platformer, but in a very strange way. So you don't go left and right by pressing left and right. How does it work? I think there's a... No, I forgot already. I just played it a few days ago actually, and I forgot again how it works. So let's look at the paste spin. But it's very unusual. And I think you can only go in one direction, and you just control whether you go or not. It's a D-pad move, button 1 jump. Any... Oh, that... Okay. Make sure to choose lever control. Oh, so maybe they've got better controls. So I played this as part of the Cusa Grande Advent Calendar in 2022. And I guess maybe in that case the controls weren't as nice. I don't think there's speed in the acceleration. I think it's digital, if I remember right. Either you go or you don't, kinda. Yeah, a bunch of enemies appear. I'm not sure, can you jump on them? Oh, this part, KirkQ is doing it right away. So I struggled with the jump here with the springboard, because I think you have to keep tapping right or something like that to float like that, to fall slowly. Both of them still fairly even. Actually almost synced. Oh yeah, and now we go back. So this theory or whatever that was gave us these better shoes, which I think let you fly. And now we are on our way back through the same stages but with more enemies. And we can fly. DraconicDon getting the power pellet. KirkQ already back home, but DraconicDon as well. So that's round 4 done. And our goal is beat round 20. Apparently, yeah, every 4 rounds is 1 trip. KirkQ gets run over by the ghosts. I think the graphics are really charming in this one. All of these ghost cars, for example. KirkQ taking a game over. How much you lose with a game over? Not seeing it in the paste bin, but I guess you don't lose a lot. And yeah, I think controls-wise you can't go back. You can't ever go backwards. It's always only forward. DraconicDon again on the springboard. Here's another one, but way further away from the pool, but DraconicDon does it still. I think you have to tap a direction to float slowly. Yeah, it's interesting how foreign and weird to control it is. So but I think it's just old. It's just older than typical platformers, so maybe the conventions weren't quite set yet. Let's see, Pac-Land was 1984. The control scheme was inspired by Konami's track and field, using buttons instead of a joystick to make it stand out. Okay. And it's specifically based on the Pac-Man cartoon by Hanna-Barbera. That's why it looks like this, I guess. Yeah, I'm very unfamiliar with the old Pac-Man cartoon. I only know it because a streamer I watch has a redeem from that. Looks like KirkQ already made it halfway again on trip 2 here. It's now gonna go back. Gets the flight shoes, and DraconicDon's here as well, entering the door as KirkQ is leaving it. KirkQ playing Flappy Bird here, I wanna say. With the flight power, it really turns into Flappy Bird, kinda. At least when there are enough obstacles. Or specifically the eyes of Pac-Man wrong. That ghost! We've got that on the Discord as an emote. I don't think it's here on Twitch. Yeah, we have the ghost that looks left and right as a Discord emote. And KirkQ arriving back home with the forgotten Miss Pac. What's her name? Miss Pac-Man? Mrs. Pac-Man? Yeah, that's it. For some reason, I think Mrs. Pac-Man belongs to a different company, so nowadays she's not allowed to be used anymore or something like that, so there's a licensing issue. Even the table is Pac-shaped, yeah. Imagine someone having a human silhouette table. DraconicDon taking a death on round 9. Okay, you can continue on the same round. KirkQ here on trip 3. Also round 9. And these springboards are getting pretty nasty. But KirkQ just about makes it. The skeleton trying to bite us, I think. There's the thinking ghost again. Oh, okay, I guess you can go back. KirkQ trying to reach the power pellet. Both synced again. DraconicDon actually possibly losing a bit of time because he has more lives and it takes some time to count down. Not sure if KirkQ also had that many. Oh yeah, looks like he does. Very busy forest, and it gets kind of difficult because the trees, leaves obscure the enemies, at least partially. Okay, you can still see their eyes. So I'm not sure, isn't there like a new Pac-Man wife character that's not the old Mrs. Pac-Man? I think I saw someone. These platforms here, getting a bit tricky. Some of them spin forwards, backwards. These just drop away under you. I forget what's going on here. Both of them falling off the clouds. I guess it's just hard to stop walking. Yeah, DraconicDon falling off here again from a very small platform. The new character is Pac-Mom. Maybe that's... I guess that's how they solved the license issue. Pac-Man got a divorce and we don't talk about Mrs. Pac-Man anymore. KirkQ on the way back. To dodge a lot of airplanes here. This is just an endless stretch of water. Oh, KirkQ hitting an airplane. There's a power pellet. Let's go back to take it. But there's already the Pac home. So DraconicDon, one round behind. KirkQ at the start of trip 3? Was it 3? Yeah. No, 4, okay, my bad. Don't make me count at this time of day. Yeah, looks like it's night now. There's more traffic. I think the stages are not always the same. We've seen some different locations from time to time, but a lot of the time it's very similar. But then again, it's mostly just an empty area that you run left and right in. DraconicDon also starting trip 4 now. And KirkQ taking some deaths, so shouldn't be too far ahead. DraconicDon so far dodging well. KirkQ has taken a lot of deaths in this area, in the town here. Oh, okay, so that's apparently what the water blasts from these. It looks like they push you in a direction. DraconicDon grabbing the power pellet, but was already at the end here. Ooh, interesting music. It sounds like a tomb or a dungeon. Back Christianity. I mean, I'm not surprised that an American cartoon of this time would be very explicitly Christian. I wonder if we ever go into Pac Church. But looks like we've got a lead change. DraconicDon is already on round 15. KirkQ still on round 13. Still taking some deaths here in the town at the start. I think that's pretty much the end of the town here, so KirkQ finishing round 13. Yeah, Pac-Man consuming the Pac pellet of Christ. Yeah, I forgot what exactly the control scheme is, but I did mention that it has very strange default controls, but apparently we're playing with nicer controls. And DraconicDon reaching the ferry again. It's gonna start the trip back. I'm not sure if KirkQ has another round. Yeah, I think there's another round until the door. Yeah, so KirkQ 1 round behind. DraconicDon on the way back, and this is getting a bit rude here, I think. Like these very high platforms, and then there's a plane there, just in a small gap. Lots of enemies that are difficult to see here in the forest at night. You can just see their eyeballs floating around. DraconicDon makes it through, and apparently Pac-Man now lives right next to the forest. What happened to the town? Didn't we run through town? Here we get a cutscene, but we've got another trip to go. Yeah, trip 5. DraconicDon starting the last trip. KirkQ still on 15. Maybe a good time for a game over here for DraconicDon. Was right at the start anyway. KirkQ getting a game over on 15. Might be a bit of a setback here. Oh, do you really have to use that springboard? I feel like maybe, yeah, no. Oh yeah, you can only float jump from the springboard, right? So this slow falling jump only works from the springboard. Break time again, another round done for DraconicDon. Not that much left. KirkQ has made it to the ferry again now, finishing round 15. On the way back, they're in similar areas, but in different trips. They only look similar, both on the mountain stage. So DraconicDon's coming into round 19 now. Not much left of the game. KirkQ facing a lot of ghosts here in the forest, but is at the end of this round. Finishing trip 4. Both of them game overing at the same time, but in very different rounds. DraconicDon now pretty exactly 2 rounds ahead. KirkQ gets a lot of these small ghosts dropped on him, but does make it around. KirkQ just about floats over the pool. Yeah, looks like keys are tight here. DraconicDon carrying 1 key right now. Ooh, KirkQ made it between these ghosts somehow. That looked like he might have touched those already. And DraconicDon finishing round 19, just has to run back now. No enemies in sight for DraconicDon. This seems like a very generous stage so far. On the other hand, KirkQ has so many enemies in his path that he can barely move anywhere. Apparently this stage just doesn't have enemies. DraconicDon can just run straight through, no obstacles or anything. Victory lap, basically. Oh, here's an enemy. Not much happening. There's another one, but yeah, very sparse compared to what KirkQ is facing. Now we're back in town. And here's Pac home, and it's gonna be the goal for DraconicDon. Yeah, the timer was very tight there, very low. It already looked empty. Not sure how much the game gives you, how much of a grace period. KirkQ on round 18, so not too much left. I think I vaguely remember there's 40 rounds maybe, I'm not sure. Falling again. I guess the top Pac-Man icons are lives. Yeah, there has some lives left. Break time. These are good friends of Pac-Man in the Pac-Land. KirkQ is missing a key. What, there are no keys left? Audio. Referring to all of us, yes, we are all the good friends of Pac-Man. Yeah, I think this game is pretty good, pretty fun. Especially considering that they made it at a time when games like Super Mario Bros. Weren't available to compare against. Oh, another game over for KirkQ in round 19. Looks like he keeps going. Are there even enough keys around for this? Or do you have to pick a specific path now? Oh, here's a key. Or two. I like how the ghosts are frantically looking left and right. Searching for that Pac-Man. KirkQ making it through the tomb or whatever the thing is, the dungeon. Just one round left. Another the victory lap, more or less. No enemies. I think in general, this Pac-Man aesthetic isn't really used anymore, I guess. Like, really modern Pac-Man would be from the modern CGI cartoon, which I think also has video games. It looks very different, very shaded, very plastic. I guess Pac-Man was at least more consistent visually than Frogger, for example. Frogger has used a bunch of different designs. Oh, timeout! But he made it with timeout flashing up. And that's the finish for KirkQ as well. Just about made it to the goal. GG's to both of our racers in this vodcast. This was not live. And I think we've got another race coming up pretty much right now.